Hi everyone, Coach Sullivan here with MGS Coaching Football. My background, this is my 38th year coaching. I've either been a defensive, offensive, or special teams coordinator as well as a head coach at both the collegiate and high school levels. In this presentation, I want to talk to you about one of our sniper games that we utilize to defend either the zone read, the RPO, or both together. In this one, we call back, and it only involves directly the defensive line, but it also indirectly in the sense that our linebacker on the side of the offset halfback is playing the static technique, and the opposite inside linebacker is playing the fallback technique. So they're both involved, just not blitzing at this particular point. So the premise of back, as we call it, I just signal that, point to my back, pretty straightforward, is we always designate the alignment of the running back, and this is preferable versus an offset halfback or running back. So if the running back is lined up to our right, we say east, okay? And specifically in tagging films, we'd say east away, which meant not only is the halfback to the right, but it's away from the tight end, which is the run strength, okay? Just so you understand why that's up there. So as you look at a map of the United States, the East Coast is the right coast, the West Coast is the left coast. So if the halfback were aligned to our left, we'd say west. And then in film study in the tag, it would say west 2, which means the halfback is now aligned to the tight end. And teams have definite tendencies when they line a halfback up away from a tight end or to the tight end, okay? So now let me get into the specifics of back in terms of the technique of the defensive line, what their assignment is, especially the defensive end who's executing the shuffle technique, and then the role of our inside linebackers in the back, okay, sniper game. So first of all three defensive linemen are in it. If it's an east, they're all going to the right, because they all go to the east-west call. So if it were a west or a check west, if the halfback were to change, then the defensive line all knows they're going left. Therefore, we do not need a Lucky Ringo call. It is all based upon the call designating the alignment of the halfback. So I'm going to start off with the defensive end on the side of the halfback. So east, it's the stud always, because the stud's right. If it were west, it would be the end always, because the end's always left, right? They stay left and right. So the defensive end on the side of the halfback, so in this case, the stud, what's meant by a shuffle technique, C-gap, they slant. Don't get into anything you don't need to do. Slant step, slant technique, those are everyday things that our defensive line does. So the shuffle aspect of it is slant and sit. Slant and sit. And this is in another presentation as well. Okay, same playlist as this. But the reason we don't just say, well, why don't you just call it a sit or a slant instead of too many words? Shuffle signifies it's a slant, sit, and when you see that the quarterback does not have the football, you're expected to bend in late and try and make a play. And the shuffle also signifies to the defensive end to keep his feet hot. Keep his hands active, keep his feet hot. Okay, so that one word shuffle means all those things. It means slant, it means sit, it means keep your feet hot, it means read the mesh, okay, keeping your hands active. And approximately we say sit at the heels. Again, I don't want kids looking behind. I can't overcoach it too much. I mean, they'll get a feel for it. It's something that we easily drill once every week in season just to keep it fresh. Okay, and we work the daylights out of it during preseason. So that's the halfback side defensive end. Okay, so in essence, now I'm going to bring in the inside linebacker on the side of the back. What's meant by static, okay, is he's going to read the mesh. He's going to step with his outside foot, the read step, and then he's just going to zit step, keep his foot hot. Reading the mesh. If he sees that the quarterback kept it, then he is a quarterback defender. Okay, the defensive end is inside quarterback. 51 technique tells him he's going to exchange outside and be the outside quarterback. So we have two quarterback defenders. We also have two guys reading the mesh. So the inside linebacker as well, if he sees that the back has the football, now he's going to fold inside. Okay. So while we're talking about that, the fallback, okay, this A gap is technically open. All right. And what's meant by if the surface is all working to our left, so that's telling him he's play side, he needs to be prepared to fall back here if he sees that the running back is turning vertical before he gets on his side of the football. All right. Now, the reason we want the fallback, he might be fooled. He might have a offensive tackle coming up to him. If he blocks his vision or he's going to block him, he is told to work outside for quarterback. So the assumption by the backside linebacker is play side backer or half backside linebacker is not available. So there is a chance you might have both inside linebackers there. If the back has the ball, it's not a bad thing necessarily. Okay, but that's the reason for it. If so, this backside linebacker. When I say backside, I mean opposite the halfback. Surface is coming his way. He slow plays it, making sure that the running back is going to be on his side of the ball. And if he is, he's then a B gap defender here. Okay, 31. He's going to get into the B gap now because it is sky support. We got the A, the B. If the tight end's working here, he's working at his hat read. He's going to keep his hat on the inside to help with the C gap area because it's sky support. He's got the force. So helping the C, he's got B, he's got A, we got it covered. Okay, so a little tweak, very minor tweak to the rover technique. So now the nose sticks B gap. Remember, stick for us, one word, is a two gap move. Okay, so this is when the nose does it, it's always outside, has to be because he's lined up over the ball. He sticks B. Defensive end sticks A into the ball. Okay, so it's a double stick, which is a lot of movement by our defensive line, which can really screw up a zone scheme. So stick A, stick B, shuffle C, static, two quarterback defenders, ball's given. If he's able to make the read in static and play the dive inside, we have two dive defenders as well. So we think back is a great way, simple way to give a different look, a different read, not just for the quarterback here, but also for the offensive line in their zone scheme with two sticks. That's a lot. This is a very difficult one here to pick up. All right, especially when the zone's moving this way, the nose is likely to penetrate B. It's very difficult to pick up the sticking A when he's coming this way for a center and they're trying to zone here. So consequently, our Mike linebacker, as he's slow playing, he's got to anticipate if he sees the back coming, he's going to have to fight hard through. Don't go over the top. It's going to be a massive gaping hole there potentially, too big for, again, the assumption has to be that this linebacker is not available, that he's playing the quarterback. Okay, so you got to just fit here, knowing you've got help outside of you with the rover as well as the whip. Okay, so that is how we and why we play back. As always, please, any questions, feel free to reach out to me at CoachMJSullivan@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.